What's going on, guys? I just wanted to show some Ginyu Force gameplay and just kind of teach how to play the game a bit. This is a game with me. I'm Z rank, and I didn't catch his rank immediately, but we'll see that he's also Z rank later on in the video. Ginyu Force is a very, 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 very strong team in DP because it's 5 characters, and you win by essentially having the most health at the end of the match, whether you down your opponents, all their characters, or you just have the most health compared to theirs. So either way, you want more health, and again, having 5 characters allows you to do that. Plus, they all have a really, really nice toolkit. They all have an Insta Spark, which is amazing, helps against some cheesers. And almost all of them, or all of them, yeah, every single one has a turnaround, a rolling hammer. So you can always get their back one way or another. So again, my main strategy is once I have a character that loses a health bar, you want to swap them out. And a lot of people don't know this, but when you swap out your character, they'll heal up to 1 health bar, which is 10,000 damage. So we'll see on the left, like 1397. That's about 13-14% of your 1 health bar. So switching out in this game is extremely important, and please do it really as much as you can, unless you're just having fun and who cares, you're just going to have all your characters down and fight to the death. That's a totally viable strategy too. You'll just win less games, but ultimately we just want to have fun. So yeah, the enemy has pretty strong characters. Vegeta, he's quite good with Vegeta, and especially in this first game, he gets my back a lot. And when I'm holding Perception or when I go for a rolling hammer, one of the turnaround attacks, he tends to sidestep me, so that's something I'm noting. There's a little bit of lag too, not sure what that's about, but it's okay, we win the Vanish War. Now, one huge tip with Ginyu is, again, Ginyu is one of the few characters I've loved using Insta-Spark with. I try not to with the other characters just because it's more fun that way for me and it's just more interactive. But yeah, I mean, once you can get to your 3 key gauges, or your 3 blast meters, or whatever they're called, I forget, skill bars, is when you can do Insta-Sparking. Now, I don't want to use a Super Perception here, which uses a skill meter, skill bar, whatever it's called, but alas, I need to preserve health here. And that's okay. I mean, it's Guldo. He's not the strongest character, but one really nice thing about Guldo is that he has pretty slow attacks, so they're much harder to super counter than compared to like Gogeta 4, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So use that to your advantage. Or compared to Birder, who is the fastest in the universe, and he has extremely quick attacks, so he's much easier to super counter. Using your skill meter on other characters other than Ginyu is not as big of a deal. That's essentially what they're for. With Birder, he does have after image, which is nice, but again, especially on Ginyu, you do not want to be using them as much as possible. And Ginyu, he's a 4 DP character. He's pretty strong. He does decent damage. And again, I used the rolling hammer twice, but because it was the second one, it just knocked him back. So yeah, Ginyu against lower DP characters is a very good matchup, so you can easily build that skill meter. And here we go. I'm just sick of... I see that Roshi has only couple health bars. He technically has 30,000 health left. So I wanted to just Insta-Spark and try to kill him. But he got the Zarbon switch out. I think Rikum has one of the strongest ultis in the game. It comes out super fast, but even a skilled player can dodge it. Now he goes Insta-Sparking. I think he saw that I did. So fight fire with fire. What I don't like is these key blast spams. It's just not fun. It's just so uninteractive. But luckily, He doesn't really know how to do it that well, and Zarbon can't just kind of stun lock you forever. So I could get out of it pretty easily. But yeah, there he goes again. I'm holding perception, and he sidesteps me, gets my back, does really good damage. Does really, really good damage. And this might be the end of my Raccoon. Luckily, he missed. That's kind of unfortunate for him. Again, now we're both in sparking. That fourth attack on Ginyu is the Rolling Hammer. If you ever want to understand, which attacks do which in the sequence. So, for example, you hit square on PlayStation controllers 4 times and then hit triangle, and that does the Rolling Hammer. But you can always go into practice mode and kind of figure it out. Here, I think he's just trying to waste my skill meter. This time, I don't do the perception counter, just because when you do the revenge counter, where you kind of just force your character to break out of a combo and attack, it's really, really, really easy to counter. All you have to do is just start mashing square, and you pretty much get them every time. Here he goes into sparking, so I'm going to go into sparking. Luckily, I get a nice super counter there. We're both just kind of stalling a bit. I'm trying to just do something, trying to get his body. I don't want him to switch out anymore. And I think this is game over. Except again, he got unlucky again with his tracking. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, that's it. That's 6 minutes.
Oh, I won. Oh my god.
And yeah, I was super surprised that I actually won. I remember he just did tons of damage to me, but I guess I also did tons of damage to him. And I think he has Vegeta, Trunks, Zarbon, and Roshi. So 9 between Vegeta and Trunks. Roshi's another 2, so that's 11. And then Zarbon's 3. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe he has 5 characters. I didn't see him pull out a Hercule or anything, but somehow I snuck out that win. He accepts a rematch, which I very much respect. Even when you lose, like, this guy's clearly a good player. He's countering me pretty well. He has good fundamentals. He's not just like spamming Insta-Spark and using his ulti or anything. He's doing a little of the Ki Blast cheese when he gets sparking mode, which is just like you get infinite Ki Blasts essentially until your sparking mode runs out. So he's a good player. I like playing with him, against him I should say, and he likes playing against me enough to keep rematching, so again I respect that. His Vegeta's a bit low. I notice every time he just unloads his entire key gauge and then switches out, so that's a really good indicator to me that he wants to switch out. And here we can see me, I'm trying to adjust to his side steps, doing some of my own side steps. Again, learning from the first game how he plays. And that's what this game is all about. Is like whoever can obviously do damage, but more importantly, like counter the enemy player. It's just see what they're doing, not just, but it's trying to understand what they're doing and find the weaknesses in their strategy. And also, again, the name of the game for DP battles is to just whittle down their health. Now, I accidentally swap in Birder. I'm just going to try to waste his Insta-Spark as much as I can, his sparking mode. I see that I can switch out pretty soon. I'm really trying to switch out, but at this point, that's okay. I got an after image off because I figured he would just try to go for his ultimate, which was honestly a pretty good play, but I just outplayed him a bit there. Grabs are super hard to get in this game, but sometimes you can throw people off. Oh, here's super important. I see that I broke his guard, and he was on the top right. He didn't have enough ki to block that powerful attack, so he kind of lost his ability to do anything for a few seconds. It happens seldom, but if you realize that your character isn't doing anything, then and you just had blocked a pretty powerful attack, that's probably why. So watch out for that. And I took that opportunity to try to charge up some ki, because ki management is the name of the game in Sparking Zero. Like, especially with these dumb vanish wars, like I can just see that unless I mess up, that he's gonna win because he has more ki. And yep, there he goes, and he can keep kicking me, but such is life. Rakum has false courage, which you see on the top left. It gives me a little shield, gives me good defense, and you see that I just took his ki blast without even flinching, which is really nice. Yeah, Rakum's a very strong character. Deciding who I want to swap out, and a really, really nice way to get behind someone when they just charge at you is just dash to the left. It works quite well. And here he is with this stupid ki spam. Just again, uninteractive, not fun, but at least it gives me tons of skill meter. And I have enough ki at this point where I can win this Vanish War. And since I took a ton of damage from his ki blast spams, I think he was just frustrated. I'm going to swap out once I win. And then this can continue my knockback, which is really, really nice. That's like there are a couple small mechanics for switching in. That's one of them. If you hit them with the ki blast and they're kind of still in hit stun, I don't know exactly how it works, but it's something along these lines. If they're being hit and are damaged when you swap out, the character that you swap in will hit them for free. So it's a nice little way to gain an advantage when you're switching out characters. Another nice mechanic of switching in a character is you instantly lock on to their character, so you don't have to do that dumb guessing game. That was a bug. They need to fix that. When they come in and do that attack that I was just talking about, and you perception it by holding circle, they are just stuck for like 2 or 3 seconds. It doesn't make any sense, but so that's one downside. That's one way you can actually take advantage of a bug. I wouldn't advise you do that, but I accidentally do it all the time. Here again, I see he has Roshi. I'm just gonna try to ulti him, just to get him out of the game. That's just one less character that he has, and Roshi doesn't have the best defense, compared to Vegeta. So if you can get an ulti off on him, you're gonna do a lot of damage. And again, the name of the game is to have more health than them. Here he goes for another revenge counter, and I can just turn him around with my rolling hammer. Here I've done really good damage to him. He only has a couple health bars, and that's good enough for me. Again, he loves to sidestep when I'm holding perception or block. It's really strong. And then we get into more Vanish Wars, and we have less than 30 seconds left. He's going to try to go insta-spark, so I'm looking at my skill meter. I have 3. Okay, he just used his explosive wave, which costs 2 to get me off of him, and now he can't insta-spark until he gets 3. So knowing he's going to try to do that, just going to insta-spark. And again, Rakum has an extremely quick cast animation, so I catch him out. I'm going to swap Rakum out just because he's low HP. Jace is going to come and attack. And I didn't even realize I had 3 skill bars on Jace, so I just insta-sparked. That was a good switch, and kind of lucky switch for me, and I got him again. I did tons of damage to his Vegeta at the end, and really good damage to his Roshi. And my characters also took damage. Goldo and Rakum took good damage, but I don't know, maybe he only has 4 characters. Took that win. So yeah, the Ginyu Force is super fun. Really, really big fan of them. It's topical, or it's a nice theme. They all are kind of silly and have cute little voice lines. And they all, again, have a very strong kit when it comes to most of them, if not all of them, actually. I think all of them have a like a hard punch. I don't know exactly what the term is, but where you kind of punch them in the stomach. They all have a turnaround, and then they all have Insta Spark. So yeah, again, super strong team. You can kind of like, if you have a style you like with the type of combos you like to perform. Oh, look right there. You saw that I threw a Ki Blast and switched him in, even though Goldo was super far away. My birder just spawned on top of him and even hit him. So yeah, again, they all kind of have the similar kit. So you don't really have to change your playstyle that much. Some of their perception moves are better than others. Like Birders is a high kick, which is really easy to super counter by just mashing up direction and square, because he attacks so fast you can just spam it. Couple of them have like a harder knockback when you perception, but Raccoon has a really good one, which is just like a knee to the stomach. Whereas the rest, all four of, or the other three, Jace, Goldo, and Ginyu, kind of push him back a bit more. Now, we're just staring at each other in Insta Spark mode. I mean, it's kind of like whoever messes up first is at disadvantage, so we both just decided to call it quits until it ran out, but this is really smart, and kind of got a free transform off now. I'm looking at that, and I'm licking my lips here. I'm trying to build some skill meter and take that Vegeta from him, because that Vegeta does a lot of damage. It's a 8 DP character, I think. Maybe 7. Either way, that's greater than 4, which is what Ginyu is at. So Vanish Wars are perfect for Ginyu. Again, it's not a fun mechanic. I don't think it's a good one, to be honest. You build skill meter way too fast, but whatever. I got 3. So at first chance, I'm going to try to swap. And he's damaging me. I don't necessarily want to be damaged. I know I can win a 1v1. So I prefer people to not damage me. And he switches out, which is smart. He brings in Roshi, also smart. But I don't really care. I just got 16k off him. That's a health bar and a half. So I'm fine with that. I don't have to swap somebody. And in fact, the name of the game, again, is to just have more health. So if I can get Vegeta, that's great. But it's not strictly required. And that's one thing I think, there's a lot of patience in, just competitive games in general that you need to have. Like, yes, you can press your ultimate button and it'll release, but that doesn't necessarily mean you need to do it 100% of the time. So if you just get 16k damage off your ulti, then great. That's a win. But again, he brings up Vegeta. I want my Ginyu. So I'm already at 2.25 skill meter. I'm going to keep trying to build that. And quite frankly, I don't really care if like I swap Vegeta and we both have like a bar and a half. It's just, it's amazing to just swap and get a character out of the game. Because again, the name of the game is whoever has more health. So here I go, Insta Spark again. He brings Roshi in again. That's fine. Although I do see my Ginyu took a ton of damage. So I'm going to probably want to swap him out here. If I can get some free damage off Roshi, great. And look at that. I already have 3 skill meter again. Vanishors are amazing. Oh, he does a revenge counter. Not smart by him. And he does it again. I'm just going to smash square. That's how you counter that. It's really not good to just do that out of desperation. He's getting desperate. Now here I should be swapping my character, and he freezes me this time. Oh well, such is life. Now I'm looking to try to kill Vegeta. I mean, it's going to take look, I'm already at, if you look at the top left on my switch meter, I'm almost able to switch. Raccoon's only 3 DP, so it fills up faster, whereas Vegeta, he's only halfway right now, so you can try to take advantage of that kind of long switch times to, again, try to do damage and take a character out. But he's kind of Shrekking me here. And anytime I do a vanish, I think it resets the amount of kicks he can do, or at least he can do one more. I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm trying to kill his Vegeta. I'm just going to go into sparking. Again, I try not to. I like to just, throw punches rather than kind of get cheap damage, but it's part of the game, and at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. So I feel like I've done a good job, again, at doing good damage, and he also just left me out there to just power up my Insta Spark. I do have 3 skill meter on Raccoon. Oh, here he goes. Just smash square and you're going to kill him. Now he's going to want to try to switch out, and I have more ki, so luckily I was able to continue to stun him with my ki blast, and he couldn't switch out. So this is pretty much game, although I don't want to just unnecessarily lose characters and therefore lose the game. I'm going to try to do good damage, but at this point, whenever I can swap out, I'm going to swap out. Even though there's only 7 seconds left, I just don't want to, take even more damage on my Raccoon. But 1 second left, finish him off with the Ginyu Tokusentai. So yeah, that's a little bit of some Ginyu gameplay. I mostly got to Z rank just off Ginyu Force. Again, they're super strong. And I'm going to continue to just have fun with the Ginyu Force and ranked. So this is my main team, and again, they're tons of fun. You don't have to switch up your playstyle too much when you are comboing people, regardless of who you have in. You got that hard stun, you got the turnaround rolling hammer, and then you also have Insta Spark. So thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Ginyu gameplay, and I will see you all later. Have a nice one.